My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. This is the only channel dedicated to UFC picks and DraftKings lineups run by professional fighters and MMA insiders. Every week, I join Nick Newell, professional fighter, professional model, and ESPN Top 10 guest, along with Dan Kramer, UFC fighter, Bellator fighter, Ultimate Fighter alumni, and Jacob Lyons, a skinny kid from Indiana. And we break down every single fight, the betting odds, the DraftKings picks, and we set you up for success. This week, we're breaking down the Blaydes versus Lewis fight night. Next up at UFC Fight Night, Blaydes versus Lewis, we have the tried and true vet, Eddie Wineland versus John Castaneda. This is a good fight. I'm excited for this. I love Eddie Wineland. I've loved Eddie Wineland for what seems like the past 15 years. He's been around forever. His record shows that. So, Dan, I'm just going to jump right to you. What are your thoughts here? What you sticking with the vet, or they're both vets, but one is a real vet, or are you going with Castaneda here?
This is a tough one. This is a close one. I think the odds are probably about right. I'm gonna, in a coin flip, go with Wineland. I think he is tough. He's got a lot of experience. He's a good striker. From what I saw on Castaneda, he got backed up a lot in a lot of his fights before the UFC. And Wineland, he's going to get in your face and throw some heat. So low level of confidence, but I'm taking Wineland for the upset pick here. And what I think could be a high-scoring DraftKings fight. So I don't have either of them in my lineup just because I'm going to go with a more confident value pick. But I'm going to go with Wineland for the upset.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's a good pick. The styles are somewhat similar, except Eddie Wineland has all of that sort of tried and true veteran, knowledge to lean back on, where Castaneda strikes me more as a very, very good local guy that is sort of used to determine if you should get to the next level, if you should get to the UFC or not. That's just sort of my impression of him. He's talented, he's skilled, he's amassed a solid record, but if you look a little deeper, nothing he does is amazing. He's decent everywhere. And a lot of the people he's beaten are also just okay. Eddie's chin, to me, will be the biggest question here. So, Nick, what are your thoughts? Does Eddie Wineland still have some tools in his tool bag there, or is he starting to fade out?
He's only 36, actually. I'm just looking that up now because I thought he was older, but...
Yeah, I remember watching Eddie Wineland fight when he was WC champ back in the day. I was in college, so that was like 2005, I think, 2006. So he's been fighting for a very, very long time. For him to still be at the highest level, still doing that is like crazy impressive. And, he's lost some fights. He's gotten outworked a lot of fights. His volume sometimes isn't where it should be. He was a little gun shy against Dotson, but I think coming off that loss, and that was a pretty bad loss, he got knocked out really bad by Sean O'Malley. I think that will actually be very motivating for him. And I will pick him to win. Castaneda beat someone that I trained with before on the Contender Series, Shaden Leoha. I don't want to butcher it, but that kid was very good, and Castaneda beat him. And he beat Gustavo Lopez, who's in the UFC, who's also very good. So that's also there. I'm picking Wineland to win. I think he's got that sprawl and brawl style and the long technical striking. He can just outwork Castaneda, outbox him and win this fight. But, I don't know. Is he going to show up afraid to punch like he did against Dotson, like he did against Faber? Or is he going to show up and be that killer that comes out and throws lots of volume and has feints and is like moving around like a crazy man, but also getting it done? I don't know. There's too many variables. So I'm going to not touch it, but I wouldn't be against someone that did and took Wineland.
Yeah, again, I agree. I'm going Wineland. My pick is Wineland. I think the only real question mark is his chin, in my opinion. because I think he's more talented everywhere. He definitely has more experience everywhere. So I think all in all, he's the better fighter across the board. The question is, did age catch up to him, and is his chin gone or not? And it may be. He's been in some wars, and he's been doing it for a very long time, and your chin is the first thing that goes. So that's my pick. Jacob, what are your thoughts here? We actually have 3 Winelands. Are you going to split that up, or are we unanimous here?
Yeah, I think you nailed it. That last kind of thing you were talking about there, that was a brutal KO to Sean O'Malley. He was out cold. And you've told me before, and you just mentioned it, that's the first thing to go. And sometimes when you lose that, you do not get that back. And he's the type of fighter that needs a chin. I mean, he gets in there and he's a pressure fighter. So if he's getting clipped now and getting dropped against, John, who's a great boxer, I think he's a more technical boxer than Wineland. I think it's going to be an issue. I think he will pressure. I don't think he's going to be scared that he was knocked out. I don't think he's that type of guy, but I just think his chin isn't going to stand up. John hasn't been finished since 2014, I believe. So he's always hanging in there, and his nickname is the Sexy Mexi. So I got to go with John in this fight. I don't think Wineland's chin holds up, and I think John's a more technical fighter. Overall, he's got, I think, 6 TKOs and 6 submission wins, so he can win anywhere, and I pick him to win. Not in my lineup, though. He's not going to be in my lineup.
Yeah, another tricky fight. I mean, the matchmakers here have done a solid job putting together entertaining fights, regardless of sort of name and stature. All these fights have been pretty close and pretty entertaining. Don't look at the odds. These odds are actually correct, but the other ones have been way off. So this will be a fun one.
The only reason why Jacob never decided to fight was because he wanted the nickname the Sexy Mexi, and it was already taken. So
trademark.
It's trademark. He decided to sit it out. So there we go.
I was in.
So he went to the second toughest sport, golf.
Before you go, check out the description below. In there, we have links to our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram, and more importantly, to our DraftKings League. Check out the league, join the league, participate in the contests, and as we get going and as you start winning, we're going to start handing out gift cards and participating and doing things like that. So check those out. Every week, there are drops on every fight card. So make sure you check out this channel and our social media on Saturday before the fights start so that you have our most updated lineups and picks.